Well, this portion of the lecture is quite short, but it could be very important. One of the things that you need to decide when you're planning an audit or discussing an audit with the organization is, what is it that you're going to audit? Audit, the advice I would give you here is to audit valuable assets. So consistent with auditing goals and the purpose of managing capital, your audit should target those assets which are of the greatest value to your organization. Now, value may take the form of, it may take different forms. It may be that there are some assets that are of high value, but you have a good handle on managing those. You may actually want to audit assets that are currently pain points or the organization views as high risk. So depending on the goal of your audit, you may choose the transactions and processes associated with a particular asset category across key business areas. You might choose a critical business area and focus on the management and control of all of its intellectual capital assets. Or you may choose a problematic business area in hopes of simply reducing intellectual capital liabilities, in which case you may actually be addressing the assets indirectly. You may be focusing on the nature of the high levels of liabilities that you're incurring now. So the most important consideration is that you have some kind of a balance sheet to anchor your audit on. So if you're focusing on types of assets across units, you'll need an organizational balance sheet for intellectual capital, and you'll also need to see that the individual balance sheets or scorecards for people and units aggregate up into the organizational sheet. If you're focusing on a business area that is performing or not performing, you'll need a unit-level balance sheet. And depending on the reason it's not performing, you may need individual balance sheets. So think about your organization, and if you were conducting your first audit, what would you focus on? What would you focus on? A business unit, a particular asset category across the organization, liabilities? What would make most sense and what would have the greatest value to your organization?